Bridgerton fans are absolutely heartbroken by the news of Phoebe Dynevor leaving the show. That's right, our beloved Daphne won't be returning for Bridgerton Season 3. Why is that, you ask? Well, here's why. Looks like we could use Lady Whistledown here to keep us up to date with all the news about the show, huh? Now, Phoebe Dynevor rose to fame on the series as Daphne Bridgerton, the eldest daughter of the Bridgerton family. The first season of the Netflix show racked up more than 625 million viewing hours in the first month of its release. And that's insane. The 27-year-old actress was asked what exciting things fans could expect from Daphne in Season 3 of the iconic Netflix show. She told Screen Rant that she won't be appearing in Season 3, and that certainly was not good enough for me. But then she added that she might potentially be in the series in the future. So I guess all hope is not lost.
Potentially in the future, but yeah, Season 3, I'm just excited to watch as a viewer.
Phoebe shared that she was excited to watch Season 3 as a viewer, and it's kinda sweet that she does. I'm excited to see her in the show in the future, even if she isn't going to make it into Season 3. Now, obviously, fans seem pretty upset with this new development. One of them even tweeted that Phoebes was the only reason they had started watching the show.
Have her utterly convinced that we are mad for each other.
We are awfully clever.
Indeed we are.
Another joked, asking if no one was going to watch the show anymore. Kind of a stretch, since Canthony is still very much alive, but I get it.
It has remained imprinted on my mind ever since the night of the conservatory ball.
Another chimed in and almost choked when they found out about Dynevor not joining Season 3. And honestly, I'm in shock myself. A Bridgerton without Daphne? I can't even imagine what that would be like. She was the grounding force of the family, the rock of the Bridgerton clan.
Let her come out on her own.
Is this the plan?
Daphne, thank goodness you're here.
She's requested time.
We do not have time.
She kept everyone calm and was there for Eloise when she needed her big sister.
Remember to remain composed and control your emotions. Her Majesty does not take kindly to any hint of hysterics.
And she always listened to Anthony when he wanted to rant.
Young lady truly won your heart.
You met her? You met her family. She is delightful. And pleasant?
I'll definitely be missing her, but will the writers? Considering they might have written Daphne out. I know, it's not official, but hey, word on the street is that she's left the show because her co-star and on-screen husband, Regé-Jean Page, exited the show after the first season. Oh, and don't even get me started on the Duke of Hastings. As if losing Simon wasn't enough, he pretty much stole my heart in the first season, but that's for another day. Now, back to Phoebe. So, as you know, the writers tried to give her something to do in Season 2, but honestly, her character seemed a bit unnecessary. There didn't seem to be any point in having her around without Simon. One fan suggested that that was the reason they wrote her out, and were okay with it too. Another fan called the first season phenomenal, but said that the show wasn't the same without the Duke. That is true. The Duke of Hastings added a certain charisma to the screen that just couldn't be replicated once he left, and I guess Daphne felt the same way. But that's not the only part of the reason she's not coming back.
Truly, I cannot say I will long for any of this. Best of luck to you, brother.
It's probably because of her incredibly busy filming schedule. Since debuting as Daphne in Bridgerton in 2020, Phoebe has gone on to land some major roles. She's appeared in Bank of Dave and The Color Room, and she's got a slate of movies lined up too. One of her upcoming projects, the Miramax spy thriller, The Inheritance, overlapped with the third season of Bridgerton. The period drama began production in mid-2022, and the actress was, at the time, shooting her new movie directed by Neil Berger. She took to Instagram a month later and posted a bunch of wonderful snapshots from the various locations she had filmed for The Inheritance in. They filmed for the movie in Cairo, Delhi, and Seoul. And I don't know about you, but I'm kinda excited for the views. People recalled her time on set as a beautiful ride in the caption, and said that she was excited for us to see what she's made. Well, I'm excited to see what she's come up with too.
Seeing as though you were such a help to me last season, it would only be fair of me to return the favor.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, Phoebe's role in Season 2 wasn't exactly noteworthy, to be honest. Sure, it was nice to have her play her sisterly duties and have the siblings join in a game of Pall Mall, but an actress like Phoebe needs to be the center of attention and not take the back seat.
Pleased you were able to come.
As if I would allow dear Augie to miss out on watching his mother win this little family tradition.
Sure, her character story is done already, but I guess not having her around shouldn't make much of a difference, since Season 3 is all about Pollen. That's right, the next season focuses entirely on Penelope and Colin. Back in 2022, a plot summary was revealed by Netflix. It explained that Penelope Featherington had finally given up on the crush she had forever on the handsome Bridgerton brother, Colin.
Would never dream of courting Penelope Featherington. Not in your wildest fantasies, Fife.
She's finally decided that it might be time to take a husband, preferably one that would allow her to continue living her double life as the devious Lady Whistledown, and one who takes her as far away from her family as possible, because as you guys might remember, Penelope didn't really get on with her mother and sisters. She's pretty different from the rest of the Featheringtons.
Do you wish to appear like a befreckled beggar spending all day in the sun?
Of course not, Mama. My apologies.
The official synopsis said that she's lacking in confidence, and so when a cool and suave Colin Bridgerton returns from his travels abroad, he's given the cold shoulder by our very own Penelope. He wants to win back her friendship though, and offers to mentor her so she can easily find a husband that season.
Dad wanted to hear more about your travels.
I thought you would have been bored of my travels by now. You read and replied to more of my letters than anyone else.
This Bridgerton season deviates from the books a little bit. While the first two seasons were based off of the first two books in Julia Quinn's book series, The Duke and I, and The Viscount Who Loved Me, the third season is based loosely on the fourth book in the series, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. We've been watching Colin and Penelope on screen since the first season, so it's going to be interesting seeing them finally have a romantic arc.
You are pen. You do not count. You're my friend.
Of course.
I'll admit it, this Bridgerton update is kinda disappointing, but is it really all that surprising? Yes, our beloved Daphne was the main focus of the first season, but it's not like she had a substantial role in the second one.
As I am well aware of the company you keep, brother, I'm certain your days with His Grace were most civilized indeed.
It's true she had a good couple of lines here and there, but let's be honest, her character was mostly unnecessary. Now that season 3 is about to drop any time, it makes sense that she's leaving. Her character will have less of an impact on the story the further away we get from her season.
If you say she is the one in whose presence you cannot properly think or even breathe.
That's a given, and season 3 will mostly highlight the story of Colin and Penelope. Daphne doesn't really play a big part or have a close association with their relationship. But you know who does? Eloise Bridgerton. Personally, her droll but realistic outlook on life is just one of the reasons I love her. She's amazing. I'm so excited to see more of her in the next season.
But I got something unmentionable on my gown. All the feathers affected my senses. Anything, Mama, to get me out of doing this.
She's Penelope's best friend, so I'm pretty sure she's going to play a much larger role in the upcoming season.
You've been keeping it from me. You do not have to pretend any longer, Pen.
But their friendship took a hit in the finale of the last season. Still, the two just can't stay apart, and I'm rooting for them. Fans are hoping their friendship survives that hurdle. For the sake of familiarity and continuity, Bridgerton fans are hoping that Daphne shows up in spurts throughout the series. In her interview with Screen Rant, Phoebe said that she would be game for returning as Daphne for any future seasons. She would, however, be watching season 3 from afar. Well, that's a wrap on everything Bridgerton. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.